slipping and slam. Treat them like jack boys. Catch them slipping and slam. Then I'm still gon' stunt. Diamonds look like they glowing. 50 stacks all singles, I make it look like it's snowing. Treat them like jack boys. Catch them slipping and slam. Treat them like jack boys. Catch them slipping and slam. Diamonds look like they glowing. 50 stacks all singles, I make it look like it's snowing. Treat them like jack boys. Catch them slipping and slam. Treat them like jack boys. Catch them slipping and slam. Then I'm still gon' stunt. Diamonds look like they glowing. 50 stacks all singles, I make it look like it's snowing. Treat them like jack boys. Catch them slipping and slam. Treat them like jack boys. Catch them slipping and slam.
Welcome to another live stream. You wanted to do this, let's do this. As we get people coming in, keep coming in. I've been doing this content for about 20 years. Time has flown by. And ever since that time, people have been doing Umar content and making money off of this man's name. Typical, I expected. But if you're going to call somebody a grifter, if you're going to call somebody a fraud, you got to bring evidence and facts. The evidence and facts that you bring up are basically copycatted by one of the so-called head leaders of the, what I always want to say, AFWs or however they call themselves. I mean, I don't know, and I really don't care. I'm doing this for certain purposes and certain reasons. For the simple fact that you got nothing. You literally have nothing. And you have nothing to gain, nothing to report on except for getting on an elderly lady for mainly supporting 1 minute Umar. And then in the next minute, you want to sue him and get money from him, but we all know, well, I'm the first person to call it out that it was a blank check in the first place. And then you got this other situation where a woman is mainly delusional in her head that she was going to be the only one in Umar's life. I don't get in Umar's bedroom. I don't do none of that shit. I have my own, I respect him, and I respect him enough. I respect him, and I respect him enough to do what he needs to do for kids in the community, for Black folks in the community, which I would have to say, thank you for supporting, that I would have to say that this is the reason why Black people are in trouble. This going back and forth is bad enough that we go back and forth. It's bad enough that we're separated tribunally. It's bad enough that we call ourselves by a tribunal name like FBA and Adolphs and whatever else in between. That's bad enough. But when it comes to the children, You're literally criticizing the one person who actually gives a shit, despite his own problems in his own home. And he literally is giving you his truth and his perspective of what's happening in his household, but yet people need to do content. People need to do content and people need to get paid. So you're doing the exact opposite. Instead of just shutting the hell up and letting things progress, because we don't know exactly currently what's going on in Dr. Umar's household, nor do I care, because it's none of my goddamn business. And it shouldn't be none of yours either. But the fact that you have to project your stupid ass into his home, into his household, which literally I have to say, Umar, some of that is on you, because literally you should have started vetting some of these people. You literally should have had just more than a conversation. You should have had a driver's license, a birth certificate, a certificate of a license of fucking, I don't know, if you work in a funeral home, if you work for a nursing home, if you work for a hospital, I want to see papers. Because time and time and time again, there's always somebody to try to sabotage this man. Time and time again. Time and time and time again. And of course, the head players, the high show players of the anti-Umar Association, led by anti-Afro Spengali, and now led by Lennon Honor. That bald head of a pedo. But yet, people love pedos. Especially in our community, people love the fuck out of some pedos, don't they? Dude sitting in the park all by himself. Kids in the park all playing, and wondering why a security officer and a principal had to escort him off the premises. And y'all don't find that to be suspectish? I played this clip before, thanks to Chat Lives Matter. So, weeks in, weeks out, I go on YouTube, and I'm more in the political realm. Every now and then, I like to research, and you can like and subscribe, by the way. I literally look in that realm to see what's going on, and it's the same old, oh, Umar's a scammer, Umar's this, Umar's that, blah 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 blah, whatever. Oh, how did he get money to pay for this? How did he get money to pay for that? How did he get money to pay for this? How did he get money to pay for that? And then I literally see you fools at the school. And it's like, you go to the wrong building. Literally the wrong goddamn building that's not even renovated. And you look at it and say, oh, the molding on the building. Just look at the crap and all the molding on the building. And I'm like, if it's such a big deal to you, asshole, then why don't you just go and clean? You're literally right there. Just go ahead and clean the just clean it. Clean the outside. And if you have a problem with the molding, you can address him accordingly. You can address him on wax. You can address him on you could text message him. He throws his number out every single time. But no, that's too much for you. But then you go on the other side of the street, the building that is renovated, the smaller school that he had enough money for, and the smaller gym. So when you go over there, you see something a little different. You see progress. I see progress, but you don't want to call it progress because you want to call it something else. But you go to these white schools and you're thinking, how come Umar's school don't look like this? Well, maybe if you give them the money to, as you look like the perfect school, which nothing's perfect. Nothing's perfect with black people. Nothing. Y'all. I hate to say it. Y'all a threat to yourselves. You really are. You are a threat, a whole threat to yourselves. And of course, I'm gonna be playing. Be playing previous clips because I'm only gonna do this every once and so often because right now we have I have an individual by the name of Philly Phil who has done an awesome job is taking the keys. I gave her the keys and she is taken off with this also well. I have to give her a standing ovation. I have to give her a standing ovation. And just to remind you all that the Umar sector is dead. I've been said that. And then they think some new players came along. It's still the same content. It's still the same content. You're not a supporter. You're not a supporter of Umar. Then you're a supporter of something else. These people don't even support each other. They don't. They really don't. But they know how to dox the shit out of you. They definitely know how to do that. They know how to get into your business. Some of them tell their own personal business, and I don't know why. And this is one of the reasons why I got out of there in the first place. I literally got out of there because there's nothing there for me. A friend of mine, I don't know where he is, Dempsey Spears, aka D Durrell. I don't know where my brother is. I hope he's not incarcerated. That's why I hope he's not incarcerated. I hope he's okay. Hopefully you get this wherever you are, bro. Holla at me, bro. I don't know what the hell's going on, but a lot of people just literally just don't care when it comes to shit like this. And this is the reason why I got out. Right? And this is the reason why another friend of mine, Tiffany, she got out. This is not worth the price of admission. It really isn't. Because you're going to, one way or another, you're really going to criticize Umar no matter what the hell he does. So without further ado, yapping and wasting my words and breath, let's see what this bum has to say. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Like, share, and subscribe. Where did I put it at? Like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Let's go.
Frozen. Somebody comes in my comments and calls me the problem. It doesn't matter if it's 1, 2, 5, 15, 20, 35. Somebody's coming in this thing and says, well, at least Dr. Umar's trying to help his people. At least he's doing something for the black race. Look what he's doing for them beautiful black kids. Well, I'm here to remind you and the others that don't know, he ain't done nothing for no black kids. Let's just be honest. I want to talk about this. I want to once again strip it down like you're supposed to, like I guess a struggle streamer, like he likes to call us. The people who call him out, we're called struggle streamers in his ecosystem, right? So I am one of those struggle streamers who's all
literally you are. Just to remind you, this is the same person that does Umar content because he has no other content to do. He has no other content to absolutely call his own. But needless to say, this is the same person that criticizes Umar, and he likes to literally twist stories around. I've noticed he's absolutely done that in the past couple of years. He's absolutely likes to take certain scripts and just flip it as if he's the enemy of the community. And it's like, bro, what the hell are you doing? If you're gonna tell a story, tell it straight out or don't tell it at all. I'm gonna give you some examples in a little bit.
Always in his business and reporting what he do. Mind your business, you struggle streamer. So apparently I got to do my struggle streamer thing again, because some of you are still forking out your hard-earned money. You're going on his website, you're finding his PayPal link of all things, and you don't understand the bigger picture. The bigger picture is that Dr. Umar is lying to you.
But you can't tell people what to do. I get literally sick and tired of struggle streamers telling Black folks who want to donate to Dr. Umar and telling them what to do with their own damn money. I'm We-On-Loc Nation. The money that comes from my pocket or my bank account does not exceed you telling me what to do with my own damn money. I literally hate that.
It's been proven for years. He's went up on that Breakfast Club, and we got to hold him accountable at some point, right? Charlamagne was supposed to have him back up there. Remember, a few months ago, I told you Charlamagne, first of all, I did a video saying Charlamagne cannot be this dumb that he still said, when the word got back that Umar was going to lose that school and he was in jeopardy of getting exposed and possibly facing some type of jail time to some.
You wanted him to go to jail. Let's just call a spade a spade. You wanted Umar to go to jail. Can I keep it real with you? You wanted him to go to jail. Simply because you hate this man. You hate him. You literally hate him. Otherwise, I don't go on streams and go at somebody 10 or 4 or 15 times just because I don't like the man. I'm literally going to leave you alone. Literally. But with you and other people, it's like enough is enough with yous. I would like to know what is your ego trip with this dude? Doesn't make no sense.
Agree, because all of the lies ain't matching up, bullshit catching up, right? Charlamagne didn't believe it. He said, I'm going to bring him back up here and get to the bottom of it. Well, I haven't seen him back up there, and I haven't seen Charlamagne in the Breakfast Club get to the bottom of it. But let's not forget, they're the biggest reasons why most of us know Dr. Umar. Yeah, we heard of him, the Philadelphia, the leader of the new school. He was going to lead us out of oppression and all this other shit. He's going to teach us how to manage our money and teach our kids at the same time. Some of
He never said he was the leader of the new school. What the hell are you talking about? He never said out. What are you talking about? You see how you mix words and you put them in some shit that he had literally had not said or literally had nothing to do with? Like, what are we doing here, fam?
us heard of him before the Breakfast Club interview, but most of us heard of him after the Breakfast Club. I know he's been up there 4 or 5 times. Every time he goes on the Breakfast Club, doing the 2-3 million views, it's a major event. When he's up there, he does numbers for these people. He's very good for advertising, so that's why they can keep having him up there and not really look at the credentials of the man. A lot of red flags that Dr.
Everybody pulls up numbers every time they go up to the Breakfast Club. That's what they call it, the Breakfast Club. When you have something, if you have something of importance, if you have something of value, they'll put you up there. Hell, they had Tariq up there. As much as a pimp and a hustler he is, but you will never say nothing about him.
Umar has shown us for years. The Breakfast Club has skidded, skirted, and all kind of squeaked around them. Never ever really shine a light on them, because when you can bring somebody 3, 4, 5 million views, it kind of negates everything else that you got going against you in a negative light, right? End of the day, I keep saying this over and over. When I first found out about Umar Johnson and I believe it was him and Tariq, right? They were supposed to be the leaders of the now school, and they were gonna pick up the mantle of the great Dr. King and Malcolm X, and these were gonna be the social media era leaders. After MySpace, this, that, and the third, it was gonna be Tariq and Umar Johnson, right? And when I realized it wasn't going to be neither one of them, when I learned that they wanted to fist fight each other, when they told each other to drop the location, and they started basically in real time in the public eye saying that they were going to F each other up, I was like, oh.
Okay. This is the part where I stop you. None of them said anything about fucking each other up. None of them said that. Tariq may have hinted at it. He could put my name, I put my name in your mouth, blah, blah, blah. But none of these niggas were going to fight each other. None of them were going to fight each other. Maybe Sarah Suit said he may want to go after that part was hilarious. I have to admit. That whole part with Sarah Suit Sadie, that was hilarious. Him and Umar, that was literally hilarious. That was theater right there. But they're older. They are not going to. They got too much to lose. One's 50, the other one's 49. They weren't gonna fight each other. And you see, this is the problem, and literally you like to twist words and put them in content like it's supposed to make sense. That's the dangers of Black America as it is. I'm sorry to say, and you can thank him for this. You can literally thank this brother for this.
Okay, neither one of these niggas is qualified to be my Malcolm X or my Martin Luther King. I'm just gonna be honest. Not even my Jesse Jackson. Okay, so at the end of the day, what I really
did you just say Jesse Jackson? May Jesse Jackson rest in peace. But you qualified Jesse Jackson as a bona fide activist? Seriously? And we don't ask questions about what happened between him and Martin Luther King? We're just gonna skate past that?
Realized very early on in the struggle with these two, I said, well, these just some regular ass niggas that just want some social media clout. I'm just gonna be honest, right? And I don't care how you feel about that. But at the end of the day, as I started watching it, I said, everybody don't see it like I see it. They look at that as just a little spat and a little skirmish, and these two guys went on their way, went on to raise a lot more money and donations on both sides, okay? So at the end of the day, what I'm seeing with Umar Johnson, some of y'all still ain't getting it. Some of y'all still ain't getting it. And after that event, and I think that event was, that might have been, goddamn, 9 years ago. That was I don't know exactly how long ago, but it was a very long time ago. After Umar Johnson invited this man to do all kind of stuff in the public, you guys still ran with it because I guess the energy's different on social media. And we could.
Tariq invited him to do Hidden Colors 1, 2, and 3. See what I mean? But we're gonna go.
We can have our leaders deciding to bring shit to fisticuffs instead of using their words, right? So end of the day, you guys overlooked that and you kept rocking on with them. The Breakfast Club had them up there. That didn't matter. They talked about it a little bit, moved on. This guy's the master of glossing over. This guy will gloss over something. It's like you throw a rock on a pond. The rock will skip, and it'll skip twice and skip 3 times. This guy's that rock on that pond. You could throw skipping like that rock on that pond, right? This man really accountable because, for one, he makes it impossible. He gets loud, he gets ignorant and indignant when you try to hold his feet to the fire. Like that time he went on Roland Martin, both of them had on suits, but you felt like these two niggas about to fight. I'm just gonna be honest. And he gets very indignant when you try to press him too hard on any of these things that he got going on. And once I saw that anger, that inner friction with his character, I said, oh, this guy, it wasn't just a one-off with this thing with Tariq, Nasheed, whatever his name is, right? It wasn't a one-off thing. This guy's angry. And the reason that I come to terms that where he's angry is because, first of all, this guy's life is a full mess and a shamble. He is a full-on, unadulterated scammer. 100% scammer. It's not even like a...
Well, what the fuck is he scamming? You just go look at it going on and on and on and you know, twisting and mumbling and fumbling over your words, but you still haven't gone to the prevalence. What is he scamming? I get sick and tired of people just going off just words and just mincing words and just lying in the process. Whenever you take somebody's word and you twist it to be and then put it in the comment section, or you put it in a video, that's basically lying. You're lying on him, and you're basically lying to yourself. And I ask of these Negroes all the time in the comment section, what is he scamming? He has his buildings. He bought the buildings outright. Fixed the smaller school. The school is been renovated. The smaller gym, been renovated. He did what he had to do, got the plumbing fixed, got the lighting fixed, got the electric fixed, got the water up out of there. Each and every single time somebody wanted to vandalate the school, he had to get that fucking school fixed. He has to keep up with the upkeep, and that's not cheap. He has to keep up with the upkeep, and that's not fucking cheap. But yet you come on here every other week, every other month, every other year, complaining. See, he's a scammer, grifter. Sounds like to me, it sounds like either hatred or jealousy. You take your pick.
A kind of scammer, or he misplaced some money. No, this nigga wakes up, go to sleep every day, figuring out how to scam. Right? This nigga eating Fruit Loops, trying to think of how to scam people. All day, all night, this motherfucker is scamming. Right? He scammed this lady out of her money, but I want to have this talk about it. Right? End of the day, I've never seen a scammer be able to scam this openly and this.
Well, scam who are their money? Who? He don't come up with no names. Don't come up with no facts. What are we talking about?
Directly without any repercussions. Most scammers, they get arrested. Most scammers, like who was doing the Hellcat? Tommy Hellcat, whatever the fuck his name is. Then he go to jail for scamming. Like, I've never seen nobody scam this long. Right? Never been a nigga this good for this long, this hood, this strong. Like, this guy been doing this for a minute, and he has not been stopped. Even when we think, okay, frozen accounts, he right back here on the podcast. What is it? It's Up There podcast. Salute to the It's Up There podcast who platformed him. But I want to have this conversation before I even get to that, because the reason we're here is because we want to It's Up There podcast, and once again, he got the bright lights, big city. This guy, he come alive in the nighttime game, or when he come alive in the showtime when it's playoffs, giving the ball, because he went up there and he starts spinning these tales. Because he got a whole bunch of tales that's lasted. This is years now of stories and tall tales and excuses and this and the third. And what's maddening to me, right? Because I don't think he will go on a show that's really going to press him, because then he's going to have to let that Hulk Hogan out, that Incredible Hulk, the angry monster, when they start pressing him with real questions, they won't let him skirt. So he went up and salute. I'm not saying nothing disrespect about this Up There podcast or really Breakfast Club. I'm just saying they get a lot of views when he comes through. So when he comes through,
what this gentleman doesn't know, and what this gentleman is not realizing, is that before the Breakfast Clubs, before the Up There podcasts and so on and so forth, he was going to the harder channels. He was going to the hard and the press channels, the ones that actually would press him. And he has completely dominated those podcasters. He has completely dominated those, streamers, or whatever you would call them. He is absolutely dominated. And the only thing that a person can say is he is very loud and very disruptive and very disrespectful. Oh yeah, you want the truth or truth? You want the truth or you want facts? Facts don't give a fuck about your feelings. Facts don't give a damn about your feelings. And you can Google each and everything that he says, and each and everything says when it comes to the educational system, when it comes to the economy, when it comes to the Black community as a whole, when it comes to your international brothers and sisters, when they come over here and they want to provide, and they want a safe haven, because over there it's a third world country over there, and you're trying to combine, and you're trying to uplift people with the people who are coming over here, and you're trying to be one family. He's iterated that time and time again. He's even taken young boys, and I would say middle-aged people, adults, middle-aged, from like say 28, 29 to even 40-year-olds, to, I think it was the Niagara Falls. Took them to Niagara Falls. Took some of them to Africa to literally do some, not landscape. Why does landscaping put in my head? But literally to do tours. Y'all remember Ashwa Kwesi? Shouts out to Ashwa Kwesi. Ashwa Kwesi is a tourist. And I believe that him and Umar met at some point. Umar met Dr. Claude Anderson at one point. Dr. Umar has met Dr. Francis Quest Wilson at one point. And they've all gotten together at one point or another, and they have addressed the community and then some. So what has he done for his community? He has done more than your ignorant ass has ever done. I don't remember an activist complaining. I don't remember an activist, if this person is an activist, or I don't know what he is, but I don't remember this person like one of these Christian brothers and sisters, being all about the faith of God, but then you want to ridicule and complain and criticize and call Dr. Umar all types of names and all this other type of shit. I never knew that was Ken. I never knew that was what you're supposed to do. I thought you were supposed to be polite and kind. He's scamming. What has he scammed? I'm going to be on all of you. All of you. If you can't tell me what is he scamming, I'm going to ask you the same question over and over and over again. I'm just going to keep asking you because apparently you think it's all about you when apparently he isn't. You don't care if he comes out with the school, if he opens the school or not. Number one, he has to have a certificate to even open up the school. He can't open up the school to the public unless he has this little thing called a certificate from the Board of Education. And when he gets it from the Board of Education, then he can open up the school, fam. He hasn't had enough time to do all that.
They touch lightly and they let him guide the narrative and they let him guide the conversation, okay? I'm just going to leave it at that. But a lot of podcasts, he don't go on podcasts where they really going to be like, no, don't skip over that. That what you just said don't make no sense. Let's rewind that. And a lot of people, to keep a guy like this on there and to keep him talking, you got to kind of placate him and you got to kind of be mad. Oh, okay, really? Is that really? And then you got to ask him questions softly in a calm manner because he's looking for the trigger so he can storm out or get loud and get upset.
So your thing about it is when someone asks him, let's just start off with this. You will wish to have someone just say, why are you scamming the community? It's like, quick, Umar, quick, answer the question. Why you scamming the community? Why you scamming the community, Umar? Where's the money, Umar? Where the fuck is the money, Umar? And if he tells you, it's like, I don't see, you made over $3 million. Who told you I made over $3 million? Well, if you don't come up with no, well, this person said, and this person said, and this person said, put a name on it. Well, we had Lynn and Anna, the same person that scammed the community in LA, sold all of his dirty and dusted belongings to move from LA to Utah. You talking and with no job and no credentials? You talking about that Lynn and Anna, right? Don't scare away no more. To tell where's the money? Did you donate? I didn't. Well, why are we talking? You talking about those individuals, right? I believe T-Bone. He's talking about those individuals. And they always go back to Lloyd Jamal. Lloyd Jamal is disqualified. I'll say it again for the slow ones in the back. Lloyd Jamal is disqualified. You know why he's disqualified? Because he let a white boy whoop him in a debate, which in the discussion, the topic was, paraphrasing, was it is the earth flat? And I guess Jamal is one of those flat earther type Negroes. And the white boy literally put this man in a hurt locker. I want to say, not morally, but mentally. And the only thing Lloyd Jamal can do at that point in time was talk about this man's mother. That's the only thing that he ever did. He can't debate nobody. He could probably debate somebody about world, right? And then I heard some other wild things about Lloyd Jamal. Since everybody wants to talk about Lloyd Jamal so much, I'm paraphrasing. I hope I'm wrong. But I think he has to deal with some legal issues per se. I don't know. I don't know. And of course, who else did they got to lean on? LeBron James. LeBron James. He has a school. First of all, LeBron James doesn't own a school. He helped donate hundreds and thousands of dollars to a school. Jalen Rose, love Jalen, love the Michigan man, does not have a school that he owns and controls. Who else they got? Who's the dude from Atlanta? Who's the dude from Atlanta? King Royale. King Royale or some crazy name. You're talking about a Republican who kisses Donald Trump's ass. You're talking about King Randall, a Republican that kisses Donald Trump's ass. And you think he gives a shit about black boys? Okay. I'm not him, but Donald Trump. You think Donald Trump gives a shit about black boys getting educated? And speaking of King Randall, how's the school doing? I'm not being disparaging. I'm just simply asking the question. How's this school doing? Q Butter. Everybody likes to prefer me to Q Butter. I have no ill will towards Q Butter. I wish the man all the best of luck. As a matter of fact, I think us black folks have an issue with saying, if this person has a school, if this person is developing a school, if this person is developing a school, if this person has a school, we should recommend these brothers and saying doing the best that we possibly can. But of course, chaos always wins. For some strange, odd fucking reason. Chaos, destruction, delineation, and separation. So delineation is separation. And basically doing what white folks do, what white folks been doing for black people for years. We have this thing called nigritude. I think you ought to look that word up. The word called nigritude. That's where we are right now in 2026. A man makes Umar makes a couple mistakes, and all of a sudden, he's a scammer, he's a grifter, he's this, he's that. Well, what about the dates? Let's talk about the dates. What about the dates? He's coming. He's coming out with the school in 2013. He never had a school in 2013, sir. Yes, he is. I can prove he had this particular school. He didn't have a school in 2013, sir. He wasn't even raising donations until 2014. Well, that's a lie. I can prove that's a lie. Gurgitated it. This was back in November. Everybody remembers that. Well, my grandmother, your grandmother probably donated to him. You probably donate. You can donate in many different ways. You can donate personally. You can donate when it comes to funding. You can do either or one of those things. Since you like so, well, my grandmother said that he was a certified school psychologist. He does have a degree. As a matter of fact, he has 6 of those. And possibly you can call up to Mills University. I don't know how far back they go, but even his father can vouch that he has a doctorate. And him and his father, Jamal Johnson, don't even get along that well. Don't even get along at all. But I bet you if I asked Mr. Jamal about his accomplishments, he will tell me 100% that everything that Umar has accomplished is 100% fact. Even his younger brothers can absolutely say, and I don't know how they get along either, but they can admit that it's 100% fact that this guy is real. He just made a few mistakes here and there. Let's continue.
Get the fighting in there. I think on this episode, you're talking about almost shot the guy. So this guy really has something as an undercurrent, a seething anger, and you don't want to touch on it because it's coming, right? I've seen this guy start to get loud, mad, aggressive, right? What do you call himself? The whatever, the gorilla, right? End of the
So he has a Pacific anger because he is very expressive and very passionate of what he does. That's not anger. That is called passionate, being compassionate about your people, being compassionate of what he does. Has nothing to do with anger. He does get upset sometimes when people like you or other people that I won't mention always lillygagging and let's press the start button. Let's talk about Umar like a dirty dog. Let's see how many likes and subscribers I can get.
day, the interviewer wants to finish the goddamn interview that he's paying for. So you're going to be nice, and you're going to try to chill and keep him in an emotional state where you can just keep him talking. But the more he talks, anybody with intelligence realize this guy's lying. You can see it in his eyes, you can see it in his body language. You're like, this guy's thinking of what to say, right? Usually when you're telling the truth, you don't got to think so much, and you don't got to try to convince so hard. It's like the story's going to tell itself. Right now, Dr. Umar Johnson is lying to himself because most people either already into. You don't even need to lie to him. He said that most of his supporters right now are people that don't ask questions. He literally said, you can't be a supporter of mine if you ask a question. Just asking him.
What question do you want me to ask him? You can check my interview and you can see I ask questions all day long. I interviewed him twice, not penny flowers on myself. I asked him a lot of questions and he answered them outright. So what more do you want?
About this school is it will get you this number from this guy. Basically, like, you can't even ask me if you're a true supporter. You would just believe, right? If you believe in love, if you just believe, that's it. You can go 10 years, 20 years, 50 years, can't ask him nothing. So those are the people that are his supporters. But the rest of us, none of this shit's working. And a person like myself would only watch a podcast like that is to just expose him for another lie, for the tons of lies that he's telling on here. It's all a bunch of mumbo jump. I'm going to get to that.
If you have to do this, and I'm going to say this, if you have to do this for, I don't want to say the amount of 15, 16 years. Let's just say 5 years. If you're literally doing this for 5 long years that you don't do for anyone else, you literally have problems, bro. You literally have issues. The only person, because there's only 2, but one's the ringleader. If you have one person just doing it, he's an exception because he's obsessive. He's very obsessive. I'm talking about Lennon Honor. Lennon Honor is very obsessive. He is a very obsessed male who jacks off each and every single time he sees Umar. And he's married to a wife that he probably doesn't, you know what? I'm not going to even go there. Not going to go there.
But I want to start here. I want to start at the start because there's still people who still in my comments going to say, well, I don't know much about Umar Johnson. So let's go back. I put together some stuff so we can start from the
put together some stuff. In other words, he's going to lie. He's going to read it however he took some stuff, literally copy and paste it, but then like I said before, he's gonna twist it in his own story, his own words.
Start and we can just get there because I do these videos on him and they take so long, and I want to try to simplify it a little quicker. So Dr. Umar Johnson, aka his real name is Umar Rashid Ibn Abdullah Johnson, right? Commonly known as the Prince of Pan-Africanism. He is a well-known American motivational.
His real name is Jermaine Shoemake. I suppose people should have told you already that his real name is Jermaine Shoemake. I don't call him by that. I call him by Ifa. Because when a person is literally on a mission, now I've talked to him more than enough times. I need to talk to him again, at least one more time. But his real name is Jesus Christ.
Speaker, author, and activist. He is a doctor of clinical psychology and a certified school psychologist. And some people question that. Some people say it ain't what it's cracked up to be, but I'm gonna let it live, right? It's a lot. We've been questioning even straight answers about that degree. They don't come easy when you're dealing with this guy. So it's still everything. He keeps everything in a fog of mist and
you have a problem with that. Again, like I said, you can talk to his father, and his father would absolutely vouch that all of his degrees, 6 of them, are good. They are all good. I even have friends of mine that said he's straight legitimate. I have friends of mine that would be nameless that say he is straight legitimate. Let's go.
Most people that don't want to search beyond that will just let it go and either send them the donations or they don't. He's making that you'll send it without asking too many more questions about his certified school, his clinical psychology degree, this, that, and the third, okay? His focus, he works primarily on centers of education and mental health of black children, frequently critiquing the overdiagnosis of ADHD in black boys. And I'm telling you some facts. That's when I really thought he was smart based on the knowledge and the things he would say about ADHD in black boys. I was like, he's dead on, right? Right on, Calvin. I was that guy, right? I was always impressed with how he spoke about that topic and a lot of other topics in regards to the school system because I felt like the school system felt me and a whole lot of other people. And they threw me in classes and he touched.
School system failed you, huh? The school system failed, I would say, a third of black people in this country. They treat education like the NBA and the NFL. Only few get it. Only few survive. Only few make it out. That's how I feel about education. For example, here in Nevada, we are dead last in education. Dead last. We're like 47th or 48th. Something like that. Something that really, really needs to be fixed, but no one cares. No one cares about the educational system anymore. It's only meant for the people who are qualified. And of course, I don't have to say white folks are the only ones that are qualified to be certified for this and certified for that, even though black people are the most smartest, human beings on the planet. White folks don't see it that way. And that's why they try literally hard to try to separate you from being a human being to being this animalistic species. You were 3/5 of a human being.
The nerve when he was talking about how he wanted to throw these black kids in these classes because they got a budget, they get funding to do so, and it would be advantageous for them to do it. And when I see him speak on that, I was like, yo, he's on point. This guy's smart, he knows what he's talking about. Until I started to really listen to the other stuff in regards to the school and his personal life, and I realized, this guy's a liar and a scammer. Okay, 2 things can be true. You can be very smart and very intelligent and knowledgeable about the trauma that black kids face in these schools, and you can also be a scammer. One don't make you not the other, and vice versa. So let me continue. His key projects is he's a founder of the FDMG Academy, the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey RBG International Leadership Academy, an independent school project which still ain't open. It's been 10 years in the making. He's been taking donations. He's admittedly already had over $2 million in donations, but the way he actually can't even pay a $3,000 light bill, this guy is a scammer and a fraud. He does not have any of the money left from his donation. He got some, but it ain't much, okay? Because he lives a lifestyle where he's.
How do you know? It's too easy with this. It's too easy with these people. It's too easy. And I was like, okay, you were hoping on his downfall, but yet he paid the bills. Do you know the absolute story? But then again, I don't even want to tell stories because it's to black people, it's always an excuse, an excuse, an excuse, an excuse. So I'd rather not tell you. I would rather not tell you. I'd rather get it from the horse's mouth. Because if I tell you, it's an excuse. If he says it, it's an excuse. Just open up the school, Umar. It's on fire. Who cares? Open up the school, Umar. We got robbed. Who cares? Open up the school, Umar. That's this nigga.
He's not good with his money. Okay, let's leave it at that. His public presence. He is a frequent guest on platforms like The Breakfast Club and is known for his views on Pan-Africanism, critical race theory.
What is your obsession with the damn Breakfast Club? Let me tell you something outright. Bruh, Charlemagne's a charlatan. Charlemagne is a fucking charlatan. Nobody gives a shit about what Charlemagne got to say. DJ Envy, let me not go there with you. Only 3 people in chance. Once you stop talking about Crockett, YouTube removes all the troll bots. No, that's not the case, but I'm glad you're here. Oh, well, oh, I'm sorry. You're not here anymore. Thank you for coming, though. Let me reply to you if I can. Thank you for coming. But if I go on my phone, I'll get more. But since he wants to chat, let me go get my phone real quick. Assholes ain't shit. All they can do is suck my dick. Oh no, hell no. I love it when Negroes challenge me. They don't have many subscribers as me. See. Ooh. Damn it. Oh, I'll have to get it later. Let's just see. I'm going to make a thumbnail. Why am I singing Christmas songs? Ooh, I gotta do that one. I wish I had a better thumbnail. But I don't have much time to. Let's see. I'll just do this and that. Just give me a second. The hate is real. The hate is real. Okay. Let's see how many I get in here. Let me put this down there. Now we can continue. Now, anybody have any other objections? I think not. Let's continue.
and black economic independence. When that critical race theory stuff, and not only that, when we start talking about this snow bunny thing, and it started to be a caricature, and it started to be his calling card, he realized that he was getting famous online for that, so he was using that cachet about this interracial relationship stuff. When you keep saying, I just don't like it after a while, and you don't really have no argument, and we know you're doing it for the social media presence, and that's what he does. A lot of this stuff was he started to realize it's like Charleston White, he realized what's going to make him valuable on social media, and he leaned into it, okay? So let me continue, because then I went and say, let me get a little deeper into this, because some people don't understand what's going on with this school. So here's an article, right? I believe it's on, what is this website? On Medium. And I'm not going to read the whole article, I'm just going to get into the beginning of it, but it's called The School. So we're going to call it The School That Never Rang a Bell. Umar Johnson, FDMG, and a Decade of Unkept Promises. This is 10 years of this thing with the school, but when he goes on this podcast, it's up there podcast, he tries to make it.
See, the venom and the, I'm just going to call it venom. I'm just going to call it venom because that's just all it is. There's not one thing. I don't believe there's one thing you can say good that Umar has ever done, ever accomplished, ever said. I mean, words don't mean anything, especially with the Black community. But it's how we communicate. I can't just do stuff without communicating with you what I'm doing. It don't work that way. If I can't communicate with you and strategize with you, it means nothing. It's just forming out of mechanicals. It's like just building a home with no structure. That's just all that means. So when you're talking about saving children, saving Black children from psychotropic drugs, believe me, I could have been one of those kids. As a matter of fact, I was one of those kids. Of course, I had to go on the back of the small, short, yellow bus. I was, that went to counseling, had that short yellow paper. I think it wasn't the purple paper. It was the yellow paper. It was the yellow paper describing a person's, when you're a special type of kid, you have what is called special needs. So needless to say, we were the ones that had special needs for a specific thing. Like if we had anger issues, if we had reading issues, we would be known as emotionally impaired. In other words, if I can't solve this problem, or I'm literally getting angry with myself, it's called emotionally impaired for a reason. And some of the teachers would call that a learning disorder. And you just need the extra help. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that at all. We need to teach these children that certain kids are acceptable, but when it comes to the school period, there are certain teachers, there are certain schools that will not teach your child outright and will just automatically send them to special education. Umar comes along and says, what's wrong with your child? He's specially educated. What's wrong with him specifically? He has trouble comprehension, and he gives them, and Umar's job is to give them tests. And most of them came back, he's not reading. That's on you. You're supposed to, well, what do you do for a living? Let's start off with there. What do you do for a living? I work. We all work. What are your hours? Well, my specific hours are from like 10 in the morning till 6 in the afternoon. So you can't take time off of your day, especially a married person, supposedly, allegedly, a married person can't take time out of your day. If another person is home, or you can't get like a babysitter, or you can't pay somebody to teach your child how to read in a proper manner. See, we can all make excuses all day. And at the end of the day, it's your child that's going to have, your child is going to go through life with these complications. And as one Joe Clark would say, you will find yourselves locked out of the American dream that you see advertised on TV, which they tell you is so easy to get. It will behoove me to gather students together in one room, or to be 10 or 20, lock them all in one room, read one book, and let's analyze in one chapter what this chapter meant, what all as a group, what we can say or we can talk about when it comes to this specific chapter. And we can't do this for an hour. We can't do this for an hour instead of we're just bickering back and forth online like this doofus here. When people ask what you do for a living, it's to see how much respect they need to give you. That doesn't make any. That might make sense to you, but I guess I'll just take it on the channel, whatever. What am I watching here? You're watching a pretty face.
Like, oh man, you don't know how hard the school is to open. How hard is it? Because we see people open schools all the time, athletes and otherwise, people that don't got a dollar to their
athletes. Wait, did you just say athletes? The people don't have a dollar. Are you just equating that, or are you just separating that? Maybe you just do that. Okay, whatever. Okay, all right, I get you. I got you in the chat too. I got you. So people who open their own schools, is it from grassroots, or I would actually ask him, the people who have opened up schools, Black people who have opened up schools, is it from grassroots, or you're just getting it from, or you're just donating? You're just donating who people who already own schools. Is this what you're absolutely telling me?
name. He don't want to hear you talking about somebody. Everybody that has opened school 10 times faster than him, 10 times better than him. You don't want to hear about it. He starts to disparage the school, disparage the person because he's a scammer. If you start to point to him and try to help him with the school, you don't want that because he don't want to open the school. You gotta understand, him opening the school would be worse than what he's doing right now. Him opening the school would be worse than what he's doing right now. It would be much harder to run that school than sit here and keep begging for donations for the school that he's never going to open. You gotta understand, it's a whole different animal. Really running the school day to day, teachers, students, all kind of accreditations and this, that, and the third, which we don't even know if the school's going to be accredited. Okay, that's a whole other thing. It's a whole other can of worms. If that school door, if them bells actually ring and they open them schools up, it's even worse. And you gotta understand, all them donations for that school, it ain't even going to be free. The school, the kids are going to have to pay every single month for this school an astronomical shit that these kids are not going to be able to afford just to be there. You understand what's going on with this guy? Gang, so much to this that I don't even have the proper time to.
Hold on, kids can't afford. This is mainly about the sir hatred for Umar, and I haven't. And forgive me, I haven't done content like this in a good minute. I haven't done content in this structure and time in a good minute. I haven't done Umar content in a while, to be perfectly honest with you. I'm used to doing Umar content every Sunday. I'm used to doing that. But I've given all my energy, all the keys to another person. So, but she has done, Phil, shouts out to Philly. She has done an absolute job getting with these Negroes and making wonderful content. She doesn't just do Umar content. She does Umar for, or she does content for who's the dude with the paint all around his face? I think they tattoos. I think these Mickey Mouse tattoos around his face. I think his name is Blue or something. His name is Blue. Can anybody in the chat know what I'm talking about? Who's the dude? Who's the tall dude that's personally a Crip? Who's that? Who likes to beat up on girls? Who likes to who who thinks he's a boxer, but he ain't. Who the hell is this guy? Um, I think her name is Christy, but she's no better. I mean, she got pregnated by this guy. It's like, okay, cool. Blueface, thank you, Blueface. He's talking Blueface and all this other shit. It's like,
to really run down how ridiculous, even if he opened the school, it would be. He doesn't even really want to have black people in there if they're interracially married, so you're cutting a lot of your teachers that might come there to work out. And God forbid you're going to try to have white people teaching black kids after all this shit you talked about. It's supposed to be for these black kids to learn their blackness. So it's going to be really tough to even fill these positions. We don't even know.
well, you wait. Let me rewind that a little bit. I could have swore he said white people teaching black kids. Don't we have enough of that?
People teaching black kids after all this shit you talked about. This supposed to be for these black kids to learn their blackness. So it's going to be really tough to even fill these positions. We don't be free. The schools, the kids are going to have to pay every single month for this school.
No. My wife pays over $1,000 a month. 500 ain't shit. $1,000 a month for a good education? Something to be proud of for your children? And it's too much for them? Well, I guess all the video games is gonna have to be put up. I guess you're gonna have to shop at some different clothing stores or something like that. If that's the case, I guess he's gonna have to do a paper route when he gets a little bit younger. Do a paper route, take an old lady's trash out, something. Maybe he can earn some, do some stuff on the side. You never know. But the excuse is going to have to go. The excuses of paying $500 a month for each child, that's every private school, sir. That's every private school.
An astronomical shit that these kids are not going to be able to afford just to be there. You got to understand what's going on with this guy, gang. There's so much to this that I don't even have the proper time to really run down how ridiculous, even if he opened the school, it would be. He doesn't even really want to have black people in there if they're interracially married, so you're cutting a lot of your teachers that might come there to work out. And God forbid you're going to try to have white people teaching black kids after all this shit you talked about. It's supposed to be for these black kids to learn their blackness. So it's going to be really tough to even fill these positions. We don't even know. I remember him glossing over the curriculum. I did a whole video, I think about a year and a half, maybe 2 years ago, him breaking down. He won the Breakfast Club, we broke down the curriculum, and most of the damn curriculum didn't make no sense. I've been talking about this guy for a long time. We're just
there's a guy. His name is let me think of his name in a minute. Carmelo Anthony. You remember Carmelo Anthony, not the basketball player, but the little boy, the boy that ran track and was dealing with them two little hot-headed white boys. One of them no longer living, and he allegedly stabbed one of them. You remember him, right? Needless to say, he has parents, right, who brought him to a good school and is very, very educated. No longer, because two white boys merely were jealous of the simple fact, and then he was just minding his own damn business. Minding his own business. Can't get the proper education now because, or I don't think he got his. I think he got his certificate of completion. I'm not sure, but a certificate of completion, you can't get a degree and you can't go to school because number one, you're on probation, and number two, you have a stain on your record, so you can't be educated. But needless to say, his parents have given him a good life and a good education. Jasmine Crockett is another one. Both sets of parents took her to the best schools, had her paid for the best schools. She has a law degree. She is a civil rights attorney. She's also in Congress. She's a congresswoman, junior congressman. Let's not make these excuses.
Gonna be honest. So we are talking about a guy that has years worth of lies in deceit and a web that's spun so ridiculous. He cannot remember all this shit. So even if he did somehow miraculously have some money and open a school, which, like I said, he never really wants to open a school because the money, the fortune is in the constant donations. You understand? Because then once you open a school, guess what? Now you got to actually spend the money on the actual school every day. Okay, but he already got a whole scam for that. He's going to be charging these moms that already. Now imagine this: you already donated. You've been donated. You're on the donation. You get a portion taken out of your check every month already. If your kid somehow gets into that school, now you got to.
Fam, once the school is open and progress has already been made, people in other organizations will donate to that school. It just is what it is. But you have to give him a chance to get an actual certificate for him to even operate at that school. He has to have a certificate to operate at school. Otherwise, it's illegal for him to just open up a school like that. Are you going to help him do it? No, you're not. Because all you're going to sit here is you're going to complain. You're going to bitch. Whoa. You're bitching and moan like you always freaking do. And I expect it.
Pay for your kid to be there. Gang is different. Okay, but let me finish. I'm not going to be on this all day. I refuse to be on this all day. So let me continue. After millions, this is about Janine Bowie. After millions in donations and years of hype, Umar Johnson's FDMG Academy still has no students, no staff, and no sign of opening. Where did all that money go? It's been over a decade since Dr. Umar Johnson self-proclaimed principal.
Again, twist it however you write it, however you want to write it, and twist it however you want to twist it. Where's the money? Where's the money gone? So, how much do you think he absolutely raised? I'm just gonna ask the chat right here. I'm gonna ask the chat. How much do you think Umar has absolutely raised? Give me a number. Give me a number. I'll wait. Like it, hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to hit that like. Give me a number. Boom. Okay. So far, no one has given me an absolute number of how much Umar has raised for FDMG. I'll just give you a number. Some say it was $1 million. Some say it was 2. Some say it was 3. Some doofus said 4. I'm like, come on now. No one's that bright. No one's that bright to give somebody like this $4 million to open up a school. Come on now. He will have that plus money to decimate the high school and put it back together again, because number one, it's so old, and number two, it's so full of mildew that you have in certain areas of the school you have no choice but you just break it down, tear it up, and build it back up again. But the other side of the school, it's nice. It's nice. The inside of it is nice. Oh, I forgot. Remember how most of you Negroes, maybe not y'all in the chat, but remember y'all Negroes were complaining about the tiles in the ceiling? What about this? Man, this school ain't good, but the tiles in the ceiling, this looks like a complete mess. All we want him to do is open up the school. That's all we want to do. But every time he would just say, oh, no, look at these struggle streamers. And just be nice. It would just be nice to just shut up and do. I mean, what have you got to lose? You literally have money taken away from you, and most of that money is gone overseas for a meaningless war. We're talking about up to $200 billion. Your healthcare ain't shit. Your premiums has skyrocket. Fucking the gas prices have soared. Food is up the rising. What rent is going up? What do you have to lose? Don't you think it's a high time that we have something of our own? I mean, grassroots. Do you know what grassroots means? Not everything has to start off small. Niggas were complaining that Dr. Umar, he didn't want to provide it for the children. He didn't want to provide computers and books for the children and does shit. You don't know what this man has done. Just because he didn't tell you, just because he didn't tell this man, come on, we're far beyond that. We are really far beyond that.
Pan-Africanism, psychologists, activists, and frequent social media live streamers launched an initiative to fund an all-black boys school, the Frederick Douglass and Marcus Garvey RBG International Leadership Academy for Black Boys, also known as the FDMG Academy. Again, you understand, he claims to be a descendant of Frederick Douglass, but he frowns on interracial marriage. Frederick Douglass had a white wife. He tries to explain that away, and it's sometimes it's this, sometimes it's that. But at the end of the day, if you listen to Dr. Umar long enough, he will eventually tell you that he really can't respect black people who marry outside of their race. It is just one of his problems with the whole situation of people that don't inside of their culture don't marry inside of their culture. Okay, bam. Now that's a very tricky subject because you can have a touch of white, you can have full on white. There's a whole lot of things that could happen in that situation. Okay.
So you have an issue with Dr. Umar and him being anti-racial dating. That'd be on you. If you want to date white women, that's on you. I'll pass. I my teeth cringe whenever my coworkers often prefer like, look at that over there. And I look, it's nothing but an ugly ass white woman. I'm like, I'm like, come on, you can't be like that. I'm like, the fuck I can. I'm like, if you point me to that one, if you point me to this one over here, thinking the thighs caramel, like that's all me every day, bruh. That's what I'm married to. No more, no less. He has a problem with interracial dating because Frederick Douglass, aka Frederick Bailey, married a white woman after he was with a black woman for 52 years, but she died of natural causes. And picking up on my history, due to the fact that he was old and literally was kicking the bucket, a white woman took care of him. It's the same thing is almost the same as saying, Nelson Mandela was in jail for 27 years, but before then, he was a revolutionary and he was fighting for this and he was fighting for that, but be in jail for 27 years. You be in jail for 27 years. You try to endure 27 years of torture. 27 years of man, these cats, yeah. You talk all that bullshit. You talk all that bullshit, but the moment don't let me in here. Don't let me in here. Oh my God. I'm locked up and they're touching my booty hole for a whole 27 years. It's not right. You come out a whole different person. Not saying that Nelson had anything sexual happen to him. I'm just stating a fact that whether in Africa or whether in here, you don't want to do any type of time overseas. You just don't want to do that. It's a little different. Doing time over there is a little different than doing time over here in the States. Just saying. The torture over there is way different than the torture you get over here. I'm like, dude, just put me in solitary confinement. I'll deal with the rats and the roaches over there versus what they don't feed you for days. They don't feed you for days and days and days. It's like,
Let me continue. At least that was the vision. Since around 2014, Johnson has reportedly raised hundreds of thousands, possibly millions of dollars in donations from followers and supporters. The funds were intended to open an independent Pan-African boarding school designed to serve black boys through culturally conscious education. Supporters were told their money was going toward a real building, real teachers, and a real school. A building but no school. So we're still going. This is still in the article. In 2019, Johnson announced that he had purchased a former elementary school building in Wilmington, Delaware, posting photos and videos of the property while there's a physical structure. To date, the project was never operated as a licensed or functioning school.
by the way, I'm streaming on both YouTube and Restream, just to let you know.
There are no enrolled students, no facility or staff, no accreditation, no licensing through the Delaware Department of Education. If you follow this thing really closely at all, you'll see that none of the things that he needs to acquire have been acquired. There is nothing. With all the money that he's reportedly got people to give him, he's done none of the things that will let the school open. None of them. So it's not just about, I don't have enough money. You haven't done the little things. The little things that just get you to just start the process. Okay?
What are the little things? You haven't even mentioned the little things. What are the little things? If you're going to say something, say it and complete it. What are the little things? What little things are you talking about? Oh, the upkeep? You talking about those? You talking about the upkeep for the school? You're talking about that, right? Okay. Or is that what you're talking about? Are you talking about the reservations or whatever you call? Is he done with those? Oh, right. Or is that what you're talking about? We on the We-On-Loc Nation channel, we need to know specific things of what you're saying. Just don't say something and then complete it with and fill in the blanks of what you're absolutely talking about. I mean, we need substance. We need closure. Like, what are you saying here?
As of 2026, there is no evidence that FDMG has ever provided instruction or ever been approved as a legitimate educational institution. He's going to go on a rant in this podcast about how we got a school, you don't got a school. He's going to rant trying to tell us that he has the school. All right, there is no school. It's two dilapidated buildings. They've never ever been. They've been vacant because you can't occupy them because they're not up to code, and they never will be up to code. But Umar doesn't tell you that when he gets on these podcasts.
How do you know they're not up to code? Have you been up there to that school? Have you been inside the school? Inside the school is completely nice. I will absolutely tell you that. From what it was 7 years ago till now, looks nice. Looks completely nice. Let's get together now. The furniture situation. I saw some furniture in there. I saw some desk in there. Might need a little bit more because we're talking like 12 or maybe 16 rooms, including the principal's office. So we got some things going, and it absolutely does look nice. And let's not forget the ceiling tiles are back where they need to be. And the paint, the structure, the bottom, the floors, tiles look really nice. Really nice. But we don't appreciate things like this. We just don't. We want Burger King. We want things automatic. We want things right away. But this is a man who does nothing but grassroots. I'm talking about Umar. He does nothing but grassroots things. And this is what niggas like this hate. I'm going to show you the nigger that I'm talking about. Yes, I said nigger. This is the nigger he talking about. This is what people get upset when you throw words around and you don't know what you're talking about. This is the criticism that Umar gets. Because you're that form of a nigger that people in the black community want to get rid of. They want to get rid of you because all you're doing is nothing but separating those above and abroad. You're no different from these FBA niggas. As a matter of fact, I don't know if he's FBA or not. I don't know. I don't know if he's FBA. I don't know if he's Adolf. I don't know any of that stuff. But both of them got identity crisis issues. Both of them got identity crisis issues. I don't know. I really don't know. Next thing you know, next year in 2027, they're going to be called stolen Africans. Foundational Black Americans. And they really think this shit is going to stick for long. Adolf's tried it. FBA, 1 minute they're about their check. In the next minute, this tether. You're a tether. She's a tether. The dog's a tether. The cat's a tether. The fish. Oh, are you African American? Or excuse me, are you Black American? And the fish can go, tether! the bear. Are you Black American? Tether! The lion. Tether! Just tether. You know, tether means stolen, right? Just thought you know. That's the thing.
I'm not gonna say they throw him lobball questions, but they give him questions that are not going to upset him because he's the gorilla, whatever he calls himself, right? The whatever kind of gorilla it is. So he acts like that. So they got to keep him calm because he'll flip on this and the third. He comes with this macho tough guy, this and the third, right? But he tries to be a pseudo, like some type of intellectual at the same time. I guess he's Incredible Hulk when Bruce Banner figured.
For the women that are in here, bless you. Thank you for coming on to the stream. Bless you. Umar's not everybody's cup of tea. I'm just gonna tell you it outright. Umar is not everyone's cup of tea. Hit the like, hit the share button. Hit the share button. Umar is not going to be everyone's cup of tea. As a matter of fact, you're not going to like Umar for everything that he says. And I understand that. And this is the reason why he says all the time, he relays all the time, it's like, if you don't believe me, research what I say. And you research what he says, like, I don't like Umar, but he is on point. He is on point of what he's talking about. I'm like, if he's on point with everything, why not? You know what? I ain't gonna force you. I'm not gonna force you to do anything that you don't want to do. I'm not gonna force that. But once the school opens, we don't need you on board. You didn't want to believe him then. You could stay your asses over there. You didn't want to believe him then. Don't believe him now. All right? You had no trouble with the brother Polites. You have no trouble with the Tommy Sotomayors. So you would rather follow Donald Trump to hell and back before you could believe Dr. Umar. So it's okay. It's all good. We good. We are definitely good. We definitely go. Just came through. I'm 100% FBA, and we're not going anywhere. You don't have to go anywhere. Just get the hell away from me, because as far as I'm concerned, you're no different from the Ku Klux Klan. So get the hell away from me. Shoot. If I see you, I might just report your ass to ICE. No, I ain't gonna do that. You'll be yelling at the sign of trouble. Help! Pan-Africans! Help! Adolfs! Help! Israelites! Help us! We're going in the truck. And we're gonna look at you like, oh, I thought we were tethers. Tether. I should show you who your fearless leader is. And I don't want to hear that shit. It's like, there ain't no leaders. It's a lineage. Someone has to lead the lineage somewhere. Someone has to lead it somewhere. It's like a car. It's like an automobile. Before the AI car, which I totally hate, before the AI car, you have the regular automobile, right? You have to drive it. You have to steer it in a direction you want to go. right? If you just turn on the ignition, turn on the car, press on the gas, it goes forward. It might go left or it might go right. But either way, we're crashing. It has to lead somewhere. Or better yet, if you got passengers on the passenger side and in the back seat, but nobody in the driver's side, where are you gonna go? Where you lead to? You talking about lineages and all this other shit. Where you lead to? What the fuck are you talking? What are you doing? I'm this close to saying, do what you do, bro. You're not getting reparations, but just keep doing what you do. I better not catch y'all. I better not catch y'all coming up with any other name. FBA is y'all thing. Not going there. Anyway.
How to maintain his intellect and still be the Hulk. So I guess he's both of those at the end of the day, right? Let me continue. What's the conscious? I don't know. We call it king consciousness or some shit. Repeated delays and vague promises. Since purchasing the building, Johnson has given multiple projected opening dates, none of which materialized. Remember the September 2019 grand opening? September 2019, it was supposed to be a grand opening. He goes on his podcast and makes it seem like he never had the money and he's been trying all these years unsuccessfully. But somehow he's supposed to have a grand opening back in 2019. Gang. He told Charlamagne the school was done. He thumbed his nose up at the struggle streamers of how he got everything they said he wouldn't get. He still did a video as of like I want to say 2 weeks ago. Came out like it's finally here. Now you can tell the struggle streamers that now they put the money in my face because the school's gonna be open. The school ain't never gonna be open. I've been saying this for 5 years. That school will never ever open for any reason under any circumstance. Right? Don't celebrate with them. Don't clap your hands for him because it ain't gonna happen. Let me continue. So since that grand opening in 2019, he's supposed to have a launch party. These dates come up like pop-up shows. Each missed deadline's met with a new set of excuses: sabotage, jealous haters, and unscrupulous contractors. And everybody has set the school back except for Dr. Umar. He's never once said, "Well, if I would have did this, that, and the third." Well, I take that back. He did say, "Well, I didn't fill the paperwork out in time for something that he shouldn't even had to fill the paperwork out for because he should have already been on that. It was silly shit. I didn't fill the paperwork out in time. He wouldn't give him an extension. So that's the new excuse, right? We're gonna get to that. So he has blamed unreliable contractors, state interference, racism, and haters. He's even blaming the black people that came down and volunteered their time. He's blaming them as well. Let me continue. So I went into it. I said, "What scandals? What's going on?" I want to remember because I want to refresh my memory, right? I want to refresh my memory about Umar's, like the little things that we saw happen, and we may forgotten. So I googled that, and it says the prominent Pan-Africanist and school psychologist has been a central figure in several high-profile controversies, ranging from legal challenges to personal allegations. Okay, like what? Financial school projects. The FDMG Academy for over a decade has raised millions of dollars to open the school for black. Dr. Umar has raised millions of dollars.
I asked the question earlier: how much money did he raise? I asked the school. I asked the question earlier, and no one gave me a viable answer. I said, how much money did he raise? And no one gave me a viable answer. I'm going in to support the channel, support the channel. You couldn't even give me a number. How much money do you think he raised? How much money do you think costs to do upkeeps for this school, do upgrades for this school? When he supposedly put new doors on there, which he did put new doors, but they weren't new, they were used. And then black folks came out of nowhere. Oh, this looks terrible. Oh, this look at the shape of the formation. It's just terrible. You get what you pay for. You get what the freak you pay for. This is a Umar joint. If you're just now coming in, we're just doing some simple content on Umar hating. And believe me, there's a lot of Umar haters out there. Like, share, subscribe channel, like, share, subscribe. That candle's been on for too long. Like, share, and subscribe channel, like, share, and subscribe to channel. We're just going through some really, because in my comment section in my post, I asked if anybody wanted me to talk about some of these things, and T-Bone and others says, like, go ahead and talk about it. I was like, okay, I can talk about it. Because I haven't done Umar content in a while. I haven't. Philly Phil's been doing mostly the content. I just been there supporting her. I just definitely have been one of her biggest supporters. Because at some point it's not like I'm tired, but It literally goes nowhere. And people love to support pedophiles. Lennon Honor is one of the biggest pedophiles you can never meet. Let me ask you a question, my nigga. Would you entrust Lennon Honor to your children? After what I saw, would you entrust a nigga like Lennon Honor? We're talking about the same, and we're going to go there in a little bit, because this is really about the whole, and you want to be anti-Umar, but then again, it's starting to backfire on you a little bit due to the whole Marianne situation and the throat goat situation and the situation that just came up not too long ago. I said, Umar, you need to start vetting these people. You really need to start vetting. Listen, I want paperwork. Where did you come from? What is your name? What is your age? Where do you come from? Do you live with your parents? Are you married? Do you have kids? I would have asked all types of questions. Do you have any type of diseases? Do you have a boyfriend? Do you have a husband? That's what I would ask before I would have anybody come over my place of residence. But that's just me. I know you need somebody to take care of your mom. I used to take care of my father when he couldn't walk. I used to take care of my mother until I had to move. Both of them are here. Unfortunately, you still have your mother, sir. And I understand. I totally understand. I'm truly internally grateful for you trying to take care of your mother as well as do the whole activist thing. It's time and it's tough, and I do understand it. But you're also going to have to understand, E5, is that when you have Negroes like this, oh, my bad. When you have Negroes like this hating on you all day, and I know it doesn't mean anything to you. It doesn't mean anything to you, and I can understand, and I can totally understand that. This is the reason why you have me, and this is the reason why you have Philly Phil, and you have other people saying, chill out, we got this. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing. Hopefully you get the certificate to open up the school, and then further donations will come down the line. Guaranteed. This is a blessing. It's supposed to be a blessing. It's supposed to be a celebration, not a curse, not a this and not a that. Nothing but negativity floating in the air. When I interviewed you, when I saw you for the very first time at our very first meeting here in Vegas, I said, and of course, you had friends that knew you better than I did. And they absolutely told the truth about you and your accomplishments and what you do, because not everybody needs to know everything. Because there's too many William O'Neills around, if you know what I mean. There's too many William O'Neills going around. Umar ain't perfect, but he's striving for perfection. I mean, what's worse? What's worse? Dealing with this situation with Umar right now, or dealing with what Trump's doing right now? Giving money away, $200 billion to a meaningless war, cutting off your health care in half so your premiums can go skyrocket. How's your gas prices? Can anybody explain to me how your gas prices are right now? Huh? You from Georgia? You from Florida? You from LA? You from Detroit? You from Manhattan? You from Maine? You're from North Carolina? You're from Texas? You from Washington, D.C.? Where are you at? How's the gas prices looking for you? How's your food source looking like? Are you married? Are you single? How's life? How's life under Trump right now? I just want a little sidebar. How's life under Trump right now? Did y'all get y'all $2,000? Because Trump promised y'all $2,000. You do know that, right? Y'all know that, right? He did promise us $2,000. Did y'all get y'all $2,000 yet? No? Yes? No? No one got their $2,000 yet? They're going up 13, 36. It's $120 a barrel. $120 million a barrel. Fool is hella expensive. Life under Trump sucks. But I didn't vote for that orange. Yeah, he's stupid. Earlier today or yesterday, some dude passed away, a former FBI director. I think his name is Norman, passed away, and he said, "I'm glad he's dead." I'm like, what the damn? And then these conservatives, pitiful. But hey, we want to criticize a man who is at least trying to do right by his people. At least try. People just want too much. They want now. They want action. Yep, Robert Mueller. Yep, he should. As a president, I would never. As a person of dignity, as a person of dignity and integrity, I would never say that. I would never say that. A black person speaking intelligently. I would never say anything like that, because if I had said something like that, it's impeachment. Impeach that man. Let's get back to it. Wait, wrong one.
To open the school for black boys. Critics and donors have frequently questioned the lack of progress and transparency, pointing to empty buildings and the credibility gap. Property debt and crisis is also part of it. In August 2025, reports emerged that the FDMG school builders faced a crisis due of over $38,000 in overdue charges, threatening the loss of the property. So he almost lost the property. Like they said, he did lose it last year, 2025. He owed $38,000. How do you owe $38,000 in 2025 when you've been raising capital for years? You've been getting donations for over a decade. You've admittedly made over $2 million. How?
Again, do you have proof that he's raised over $2 million? So we're not going to deduct anything. We're not going to deduct what he lost, what he gained, what he lost, what he gained, what he lost. It's just, some say it was $3 million. Where? If he would have had $3 million outright, why would he buy property, fix it up for what it's worth, which is worth a lot of money to other ethnicities? If you don't believe me, go to St. Paul's College and tell me who owns St. Paul's College to this day. The upkeep, the constant vandalization, replacements. We're not gonna deduct, frozen accounts, people taking away applications where we own money to. These things do happen when you have an activist of this caliber. When you have an activist of this caliber, things do happen. A black without wrapper. What? Black without wrapper on his shirt? A black without wrapper? Who are you talking about? No boss, just speaking facts. I think we suffer. Most of us blacks suffer from niggarditude because there's too much separation amongst us. And white folks spot that miles and miles away. While we're sitting there bickering and arguing over and over some meaningless bullshit, white people them running away with all the minerals, all the money, making millions of fucking this cat named Elon Musk is a trillionaire. Off of doing what? Nothing. And he is an internationalist. He was born in South Africa. But Donald Trump has issues with immigrants, but is married to one. See the contradiction? He just doesn't like, it's not the fact that he doesn't like immigrants. It's the fact that he doesn't like you. But we want to criticize a man who is literally trying his hardest. And all you and I don't know what the hell's wrong with you FBA people. I really don't know. Y'all are suffering from a midlife crisis, bro. I don't know. I'm this close to saying I'm gonna leave y'all niggas alone because. And Black Alpha, stop. Tell the nigga I said this. Black Alpha, cut it out. Cut it the fuck out, bro. You ain't no activist. You are simply munching off of the plate of Tariq Nasheed. Stop. Tariq Nasheed ain't nothing but a pimp, a hustler, a hater. He has been pimping white women since pimping been pimping. The only thing I'm waiting for Tariq Nasheed to come out is for the next Ming Slide album. I was grooving, man. I was moving and grooving. I was doing all this with the Ming Slide album. You gonna trust the nigga with your money coming out with a Mink Slide album? This is your leader. This is your leader. Oh my God. I'm thinking that, okay, I thought Dan Calloway was funny. This nigga is completely funny. Hey, y'all in the chat, let me know when the next Mink Slide album is coming. Oh boy, back to this.
How do you not have $38,000 in charges? How do you not have that to pay? Right? Remember he's going to sell in this, down the third. He's going to get locked out of the thing. So let me continue. Now, I honestly believe. I'm just going to be honest. I think if Dr. Umar has that school and that $38,000 in charges was paid, some celebrity, he went and got a loan. He not a loan. He went and he scammed somebody, somebody gave him that money. He did not have it. He came with this thing, my account's been frozen, this, down the third, and I can't pay these bills. I don't know how you have $38,000 of charges on schools that's not open, buildings that are dilapidated, that are still in disrepair, that need all kinds of stuff before you can have even one single solitary inspection. But somehow you owe $38,000 still on that shit, right? Where's all the money if you made all this money? You get these donations.
And that's another Negro, Charleston White. Charleston White got bum. This is one of the reasons why Charleston White got bum. The only person that bum rushed Dr. Umar was let me be polite, was a heavy set black woman. And I thought when she threw the book bag on stage, I thought it had something in it that was going to explode or something. That was my only fear. But other than that, that talk about the people say he fucked her. Like how and when? He gonna have sex with a big, not saying that nothing is wrong with that, but someone overweight, hips wider than off sides versus Suki Hana, which, by the way, I don't believe any of that stuff. I don't believe that he has tagged Suki. No, he would. No, he's not doing that. I would tell Umar himself, don't do that. Don't Do not do that. She's not about that life. She doesn't want to be about that life. She wants to be in her own little lane. Let her stay in her lane. Let her stay in her own little lane. Suki Hana is not about that life. Not about that Pan-African life, my nigga. Not about that Pan-African life. It never will be. If I was his advisor, I would not allow it. I would not allow it. But he's grown. He's a grown man. So a grown man, I mean, you know, she might have had some good perfume or something, and all he did was give her a hug and a kiss. That's it. What's wrong with it? Oh, he tagging that. Oh, he tagging that, my nigga. Just because he gave Suki Hana a hug? Is this where we're going now? Just because he gave Suki Hana, who was, I think, born in Wilmington, Delaware, the same place where the school is at, just because he gave Umar a hug and a little peck on the cheek? Like, what are we doing? He fucked her. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. No, stop.
Monthly. It doesn't make any sense. But at the end of the day, Umar wants us to believe this nonsense, right? So here we go. He almost lost the property, but I think somebody swooped in, maybe some basketball player that he likes, maybe Drake. He likes Drake the third. So we don't know who gave him this. Somebody sent them a bag, and then he paid it, because I don't think he has it. I really don't think he has it. End of the day, let me continue. The documentary dispute. This is another scandal he was involved with. Dr. Umar was involved in a legal dispute with a filmmaker regarding the project, which was eventually settled as broader questions about his fundraising continued to circulate. So that.
Okay. I'm pretty much getting upset. So he can believe whatever the hell he wants to believe. Now going to this one right here. The one that proclaimed, and I'll show you the photo. The one that proclaimed that she got a check from Umar. This is Marianne. This is Marianne. All right, the one that proclaimed the check. Got the check from Umar. And found out later on, which I predicted in the first place, that it was fake. I'm the one that called it out. I was like, it's fake. Let me see the signature. You just basically covered up the signature. And the one stupid mistake that you did, excuse my language, is to give it to Lennon Honor. A clown, a weirdo, and a pedo. And a person who has no empathy for certain females. But we're going to play a small little clip from a female who mainly is just as worse as Lennon. So none of them get a pass from me. None of these people. What do I think about the last caregiver or the latest caregivers? I said it. I said, why you keep bringing people over to the house without vetting them? But it's meaningless. It's nothing. All they're doing is just policing shit, shadow banning. That's all that shit is. Nothing but fucking shadow banning and shit. I don't take none of these people serious. Unless he did something inappropriate. I was with you last night. I didn't even see you. Cuz. But it's not bothering me, and it's not bothering him. I would just let him know, be a little bit more careful. Because again, I'll say it again. I know you need somebody to take care of your mother while you're away. I would prefer you get somebody licensed. And even if they're licensed, check everything. Call the agency. Let them know who you bringing over to the house. Because the last person you brought over, is calling you every name out of the book, tried to bring you to court, lost. It's a never ending cycle unless he opens up. Even if he opens up the school, it's never going to be a never ending thing. People are going to hate on him just because. But let me continue.
Some of you who saw Toy Story when that first came out, there was a character, Lasso the bear. Everybody loved Lasso. Warm, loving bear. And when that bear turned dark, it makes you cringe like, oh my God, Lasso. That's Leonard. Passive, aggressive, nasty. Stop. Stop, Honor. No. You're a snake, sir. You're a snake. Snake. My God. What kind of man are you? Let's use your little phrase on you. What kind of man are you? You're dirty. You're dirty. As much as you ate off my video, come on. Don't play. Don't play. When you brought me on, you were at 50. By the time we're at this level, you at 80,000. Stop playing.
That is true. Like, how do you get from here to being way over here all of a sudden? Because you thought you had something. And now that you don't have it anymore and everything was a lie, some people are jumping. There's a lot of people who have been jumping ship. A lot of niggas who've been jumping ship because they want the chaos. They think he's gonna be the one that dethrones Umar. Bullshit.
That check's not gonna make his documentary. That check will not make his documentary. I will not give Leonard Honor what he wants. Will not. I told y'all I could be petty. Will not. I don't care. Y'all can say what y'all want. I'm grown. Send the YouTube police.
Anti-Afro Spengalis. Those.
Wait, what? No, that's what. Oh, that's what the lady who threw the thing in the stage was. I thought I was with you last night. No, you were not. Maybe around, or maybe when you were around other people, you were not around me, ma'am. That's what he said. You are not around me. I never seen you a day before in my life. It was like, she was, let go of me. Like, let me be nice. Let me be nice. Let me be nice. I'm not gonna say anything with it. Leonard, stop.
Comments are from Marianne's recent live stream where she addressed Leonard Honor, and I agree 100% with what she's saying. I want to address comments that have been left on this page as it relates to my commentary on Leonard Honor. I don't make comments because I'm expecting everybody to agree with me. I make comments if and when I feel the comments need to be made. You want to guess who makes that determination? I can make it even easier for you. It will never be subjects who are so hell-bent on operating in that we are a slave plantation mentality mode. Before I continue on with my commentary related to Leonard Honor, I have a PSA of sorts. I'm going to get on here. I'm going to say what I'm going to say. Guess who else is getting on here saying what they want to say? The very subjects who think they have a right to control what you say and what you do, where you go, who to talk to. They're also saying whatever they want to say. So where does anybody get off thinking they can control what I say or do, especially based on my direct experiences? And even if it's not a direct experience and I decide to give an opinion, feedback, critique, whatever you want to call it about whoever and whatever.
This is Anti-Afro Spengali, the #1 fan of Dr. Umar Johnson. The #1 fan. And I don't say that with much enthusiasm because this woman has hundreds and hundreds, thousands of videos, same as Lennon, and has a book of tweets, a book of X's on Umar. So she is a number one fan. She along with Lennon want to prove so bad that he is so fraudulent. I don't know how she jumped down his throat, but but it's been 16 years. It's been hella 5 years. Hella 16 years of doing the same tired ass content. Now, me coming on here and doing content on Umar, that's here or there. It's a complete gap when I do Umar content. But these individuals, if Umar is not doing something, if something happens to him or he retires or he's somewhere where there's no videotape or whatever, if he is on here, if he goes live on Instagram, they are going to catch him and they're going to go, oh my God. Oh my God. Oh, I'm so happy that he's on so I can just basically just make fun of him because he's not coming out with a school. He's not doing this. He's not doing that. Oh my God. He's not doing it. And then as soon as he leaves, like, where did he go? Oh, I guess I could just make old content on him. And when that fades, it's like, we can't eat. We can't eat, fam. We can't eat no more. We can't eat. It's like, oh Lord, not anti-Afro. She's worse than Lennon. Is she? Is she worse than Lennon? Lennon the top dog with his 80 some subscribers, which people have been dropping off as late. Is she really that hip? Is she really more dangerous? I'm just saying. What's wrong with her? Nobody has done anything to her ever. I don't know. Y'all had to deal with her. I never had to deal with that broad. I never had to deal with her ever. Never spoken to her, not once. I had spoken with the so-called writer, or he was Albert. I've spoken with Albert. Yeah, you remember Albert, the one that wrote a little piece on Umar, a white boy writing a article on Umar. Really? Okay. Right. At least Lennon cracks jokes. Okay. At least Lennon cracks jokes and stuff. Anti-Afro is completely serious at all times. She comes off as very complicit, very ambiguous. She comes off at that. Lennon, he just that's Lennon all day. Come on, man. I don't fool with these people. I'm a citizen. I'm gonna kick you out the chat for lying. Stop. You are a citizen.
I'm going to do it. So
In my
let me
hand.
make this clear. Any subject getting on social media who has such anger and hatred targeted towards subjects they've never even held a conversation with, never had any sort of interaction, you never even exchanged greetings in a chat, you have the problem. very serious problem, and I suggest you do something about it. Your problem is not going to be my problem. Your problem is going to be your problem. And I want to make sure that's clear. It's directed to whoever it applies to. Doesn't matter what anyone has to say about it, except for those I rock with or those leaving comments here. I'll listen to what people saying here.
People don't rock with you no more. Not the way they used to. It's been over what? It's been over decades, and you still come up with the same gibberish, jabberish, white folks nonsense. He's never ever gone. He's never ever. Oh, okay, all right. We heard that. We heard that from you 14 years ago. It's cool. Sorry. Remember, you try to go after Dempsey Spears. I don't know why, but hey, it is what it is. Like I said, to D Darrell, hopefully, bro, you get this. We miss you over here, bro. But I don't know. Tiffany, I miss you. Tiffany misses you. Whatever you're dealing with, you can always call me. You got my number.
Commentary, and I'm going to talk about how this relates to Lynn and Honor. But there's no way in hell I'm going to listen to any subjects who are in that slave plantation mentality mode. You can continue wasting your breath and creating documentation. Been down this road before. If there ever came a time when anything escalates, it certainly won't be on my end, and the paper trail is not going to incriminate me. This is not directed towards any specific subject. It's going to harass me with impunity. But let me say this about the comments that some people have left here regarding what I've said about Lynn and Honor. Very clearly, there have been those who have not taken kindly to comments that I've made about Lynn and Honor, and they have expressed their feelings in that regard. I don't have any problem with anyone coming over here disagreeing with how I feel or what I've said about Lynn and Honor. The one thing I'm asking you to refrain from.
And it's like I said before, the Umar sector, they don't support each other. It's the same thing as these FAWs or whatever you would fucking call them. They don't even support each other. I mean, you get the bickering, arguing back and forth, and then soon as they feel that you are a threat or something, they start doxing you, start calling your job, and it's just nonsensical shit. This is you don't have to deal with. I don't have to deal with none of that shit. First of all, I wouldn't care because apparently, you can't get in trouble for that. You can get in trouble for that. But this is starting to be petty. So I'm only going to do this, a few more minutes of this. And then, of course, they can have it. They can fucking have it. As a matter of fact, Philly Phil, this is the reason why I gave, because it's frustrating to me. Nothing is moving. We're not gaining no traction from this. Umar gonna do what Umar does, and when he does it in his pace at his particular time. And when he does open up the school, of course, or get a certificate to open up the damn thing, because you can't open up without a certificate. Then people are gonna really have something to say. You open it up once you have the teachers in there. It's March. It's March or April or May. Whenever he wants. Hell, he paid for the school. He paid for the damn thing. So it's his baby. He can open whatever the fuck he wants to open it. It's not like I can snatch your kid out of the school and just say, okay, you're coming to my school. No, it's not intelligent.
Is spamming. It's not necessary to spam in order to get your point across. And let me be very specific about what I mean. There have been circumstances when I have posted a video, then I post comments, and people either respond to my comment or they make their own comments. It's not restricted to what I'm saying. People have different perspectives, different experiences. They interpret things in their own way in terms of what they have observed. They know history. There are those who knew about Lynn and Honor before he started talking about Umar Johnson.
In the conscious community, they reached out to me. well, that wife of his brought him in the community. We always knew someone. I'm like, in the community? Y'all know he was part of the conscious community. Did y'all know that? Has Honor shared that with his channel member that he was at one time part of the conscious community? Yes, he was. He never met Umar. So when I'm talking to Baba thought, that wife brought him in the community. That wife was a big Umar supporter. I'm like, what you talking about?
She exposed Lennon. He's like, he used to be part of the conscious community, but never met Umar. Never, ever met Umar. But yet, 16 years later, you're doing Umar content still. And you never met the man. Never shook his hand. Never challenged him to a debate. Never did none of that shit. It's the same thing as when you tried to do Corey Holcomb that way. Corey Holcomb gave you one of them lessons. Corey Holcomb dog walked your ass. Zoe dog walked your ass. And you met the Honorable Professor Griff. He was 10 seconds away from dog walking you. But you in the park, I bet this Negro is still in the park doing some weird shit.
Yeah, big Umar supporter. Wifey met Umar. Leonard never met Umar. Leonard Honor never met Umar in the flip. Wifey met Umar. That's a hard pill to swallow. I get it. That'll give you, that's your woman. That's your queen. Yeah, I hate him too. I'm not a man, but that's a hard pill to swallow.
So there's a vast array of comments that people have left about Lennon Honor. Spamming means you have the same response.
I don't know.
For every comment about Lennon Honor, although those comments are.
Did Lennon's wife meet Umar? I don't know. He probably gave. Let me not do that. I'm not gonna speculate. You can though. Probably is like, look here, my conscious queen. Let me not go there. My life has changed. Let me not do that. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna say it. You can say it. You can say whatever. You can say whatever you want. Professor Griff is about whooping ass. Yeah, he doing some Tai Chi too. Brother is doing some straight serious Tai Chi. And plus, he know how to aim them things, if you know what I mean. So, do not fuck with Professor Griff. Do not fuck with him. All right, fam. I just don't. I'm not feeling it right now. I'm just not feeling this bullshit. I'm even sorry to bring y'all on. I just brought y'all because some idiot challenged me and said, "You only have one person you start doing Jasmine Crockett Day. You have one person." Yeah, I was like, okay, well, let's see what I do. And so far, I cracked 21, which is an even day for me. Which I appreciate each and every single one of you in the chat and on this chat. Brother T-Bone's been following me for years. This is my brother-in-law. Like, what's up? That's my brother. That's my brother in arms. A lot of people follow me, and of course, I did see Mrs. Speak with Marcina. I did see Marcina in here. Shouts out to Mrs. Marcina. Shouts out to Mrs. Marcina. Definitely shouts out to Miss Marcy. It's been a while since I spoke with her. She's a very good content creator. Well, you should follow Speaking with Your Girl Marcina. Speaking with Your Girl Marcina. Definitely follow her content. She's a very good content creator. Um, I can't keep up with the politics that well. You don't have to, because all you have to do is say, oh, this is bullshit. Oh, that's bullshit too. Someone says you don't know anything. You don't know anything how politics work. I'm like, I know politicians and politics are bullshit. I do know that for certain, because all the lies, all the deceit, all the promises, all the this and all the that, we can make America great again. We can make America like this, but someone had the nerve to say, I don't know who said it. Maybe you know who said it. Maybe you know who said it, but I don't remember. I think it was some racist ass Peckerwood said in these quotes, if you do not vote for me, you are not black. Who do you think you're talking to? Who do you think you're talking to? If you don't vote for me, you're not black. I was hoping he would do one of those Benny Hinn type tricks. Y'all know who Benny Hinn is, right? I ain't doing the preacher thing, but I still tune in. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. There's more to life than this, to these ignorant ass Negroes who just do Umar content all day. And oh, by the way, Uncle Mo, stop. Each and every time you make Umar videos stating the obvious, the same old constant content, the same old constant content, I'm going to ask you the same question. Did you donate? Did you donate? We seen you up there. We seen you up at the school, my dude. Yet you didn't pick up a rake. You didn't pick up any trash. You just did your little you just did your little anti-Umar hatred content and just and let me not get on Mrs. Lucky. I'm not going to even touch certain people because it's not even worth it anymore. You're irrelevant. You're just irrelevant. I mean, do your thing, whatever. I'm over here. And once he completes his victory, I want y'all to come back and I want you to apologize to me personally. Apologize to me because y'all were wrong. Y'all were dead ass wrong. And oh, speaking of, thank you for at least Marianne donated. Yeah, she did. She bought that check, and all of a sudden, dun 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 dun, fake. I want to give a shout out to Jaguar Wright. Give a shout out to Jaguar Wright. And this knucklehead to say, can you name any Jaguar Wright songs? No, but I can personally say that she's more accomplished than you. An R&B singer and an activist. If she really, really wanted to, if she wasn't getting chased around a lot, if she really, really wanted to, she can grab a bag. If she really, really wanted to, because she still has the voice. She still has the voice. There's certain things I agree and I disagree with her, but overall, she was right about Umar. As a matter of fact, I'm even thinking about bringing her on board. Just because, or I can just go over there and I can just rock with her for a little bit. Because she's been doing Umar content. Not much, but she has been doing Umar content. And so far, I had to say, congratulations, Mrs. Jaguar. Right? Definitely, you have definitely been honest, and that's all we want is honesty. That's all we want out of Jaguar is honesty. You don't like Umar for what it, but again, you see what's going on here. I told you, not everybody's Umar's cup of tea, but at least she sees what is going on. And quite frankly, I mean, this is not a monolith or anything, but quite frankly, just like the Blue Faces, just like the Angie Stones, they all have sectors now. All these particular weird people start sectors because of Blueface and because of Diddy and because of, I don't know, the Mariannes, because of gorillas. They got a gorilla sector. They got I don't know if they still have the Barb sector, aka Nicki Minaj sector. I don't know if they still have that. But you just, between the black sector, the beef sector, the beef sector twos, this is all weird. There are a million things we could be discussing. And what's coming down the pipe, if we don't get, I'm gonna let you know right now. Barb, you came in late. Still love you though. I'm gonna let you know, right? You and y'all in the chat right now, because there's 14 of you. If we don't do something about the situation with Donald Trump right now, rest assured that you are going to be very unhappy from here on in. If we don't do something about this situation, instead of worrying about what Umar's going to do, because he's going to do what it do, we got to worry about what this two biscuits away from kicking the bucket, two hands not really working properly type person. We're going to end up with this cat for the next 3 years, and it's not going to look good. It's not going to look good for the regular individual. Because to him, because to Trump, we're not regular people. We're sheep to them. We're sheep. We're fucking sheep. It just is what it is. We are regular sheep to Trump. The only time that we're not is that we're praising Trump, and I don't know why Nigerians are praising Trump. I don't know why. I have love for Nigeria, but I just don't know why there are certain people who have love for Trump. I really don't know why. And he's just sitting there like a proud dad while this man is glazing Trump, like literally. But everybody has that look on their face when they glaze Trump. But do you know who Trump fears the most? And you can see the look on his face. He fears Israelites. He fears Israel. I have never seen a person with a look on his face of fright. I have never seen it before. I have never fucking seen it before. But like I said, if you don't do something about this situation soon, if he is not impeached by November, that's on you, cuz. So I suggest we get our heads together, we get our thinking caps together, and support James Tallarico. I'm just saying. Now I know there's some Jasmine Crockett fans up and abroad. I know there's some Jasmine Crockett fans, and we wanted her to pass the primaries. We wanted her to, but she didn't. And so now these people are needing help. How do we impeach him? Hasn't Lisa taught you anything? The only way to actually impeach this guy is first of all, make these critical seats turn blue. I don't know specifically how much, I forgot the number, but they just need to turn blue. Second, the House needs to cooperate and get in line and then get in alignment and make the decision that this is unconstitutional for him to be unlawful, because what he is doing is unlawfully. Starting a war without permission from the House, being unconstitutional, don't care about the cost and admissions, putting the middle finger up to the Supreme Court after they took away his little issues with the tariffs, because he was making money off of the tariffs, no longer, but yet gonna charge the American people by upgrading it to 15%. So now we got to pay a 15% tax. It's stupid. It's literally stupid. But problem is so now that our people do not like to go to vote, but they're ready to complain. At this point, you're going to have to convince Black people to vote. Unless they want to stay in the same place, and you want to stay in the same predicament, that's fine with me. That is totally fine with me. But I don't want to hear any complaining. We have until November, people. We have until November. So what I'm going to do is tomorrow, I am going to do a video. T-Bone, I need for you to come by, brother, because this one is far more critical than you realize. This is not a joke. This is not a game, people. They want Black people extinct. These people, including Donald Trump, want Black people extinct. So I'm telling you this right now. There's a reason why there's the big, beautiful bill. There's a reason for that. But yet we want to talk about a man who wants to open up a school for Black boys. So anyway, I'm going to come out with a video tomorrow. Hopefully everybody will be there to support it. And this video is going to be based on the past event of the Tellerico and Jasmine Crockett thing, and why we should be following James Tellerico until we need to convince him to get this sumbitch out of office as fast as possible. Because if he hears our cries, if the people in House hear our cries, if the people, I don't care what conservatives say, if the people in the House, Congress, and the Senate hear our cries, yet once again, just like you did with No Kings, the No King rally was cool. Follow it up with grabbing some people out of Washington, grabbing some people, and just go into the place, start raising hell. Raising Cain the right way. We don't want ice in our business. Start asking a whole bunch of stupid ass questions. We want to do this and we want to do this right. It's like, how can we get black folks' attention? I mean, y'all got Instagram, y'all got TikTok, y'all got all these different apps or whatever. Get them to let these people know that this is critical. And if we do not vote for James Tallarico, this is not gonna look good for black people. Why just James Tallarico? Because we need an alignment of people. Trust and believe me. There was one black senator who had just won her primary by coming out with a F you Trump. Who was that? Who the fuck was that? Who came out with a F you Donald Trump chat? Who came out with that? F you Donald Trump rally. Let me see. Who came out with that? Who's the Democrat? Who's the Democrat who came out with that? I gotta do some more research. But anyway, they all say they always did. So right now, there is no reason why there a reason for that. They let him. I'm lost in the sauce. What are you saying? I'm lost in the freaking sauce. That's going to be a problem because people do not like to go out and vote for especially for the majority of people. That they let him. Who let him? They always did. So there's no reason for it. I think I know what you're saying, but I gotta see who the hell came out with F Donald Trump. Wait. Who? Wait. Democratic F Donald. Give me a second. F Donald Trump. Democratic F Donald Trump. Let me see. Trump excuses behaviors of violence and facts. Maybe I could find it here. And he's always attacking Muslims. He is always attacking Muslims. I just don't understand why. And by the way, you need to replace Hakeem Jeffries. Katie who? Sound like a white woman. Are you sure it was her? Katie Porter. That wasn't her. That wasn't no damn Katie Porter who said that. Although, who the hell is this woman? Speaking of 2026, no, it wasn't her. It was something. If I find it, if I don't, I don't. But needless to say, this woman who won her, I forgot what state that was. But needless to say, I wish I would have came out with that same rally. Fuck Donald Trump. I know where I got it from. Now I know. Now I know where I got it from. Hold on, fam. Hold on. Like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe. I'm trying to reach 17,000. Can I reach 17,000? I don't know if I can, but I'm going to try my damnedest to reach 17,000. 17,000. I thought I was going to still be on 2. I'm very appreciative. I am very grateful. I am very humbly grateful for your support. Very humbly grateful. Oh, I got to find out. I have to find out who the. Let me see. I need to find out who the guy that does. And possibly put him in my chat one of these days. I know who it is now. I just don't remember I just don't know the name. I know where I know where I got it from, Barb. And it wasn't her. I know where I got it. I just need to search the guy that does fuck, dude, I got so many archives. This is just ridiculous. I need to start saving. I need to start saving these videos. Sorry about that. That's not what I was looking for. Nope. My bad. I'll look for it another day. I'll look for it another day. I will look for it another damn day. So, with that being said, I'll have to let this one go. My wife said she loves you. Alrighty then. Tell her I said hello, and yeah, cool. All right. Thank you, stream, for putting up with the nonsense. Again, I'll always be an Umar supporter, but yet my Umar content days are slowly coming to a head. I will always be a supporter. I will always support the brother and what he does. Again, not going into his personal business, which I never do. What he does is what he does, but when it comes to what he does for the community, he always will have my fullest support. As far as these people that go online and just criticize and ridicule him of the same nonsense and don't even equate facts with anything, it's just stupid. There are far worse things that I could be reporting on than this. If you want chaos, which chaos happens every single day, if you want disruption, if you want delineation, it happens every single day. It's like we just report on dumb shit every single day of our lives, and it doesn't create a substance, but it does generate money. And until that gets taken away, it's not like YouTube takes away people's money. It's like demonetizes them and everything. Why do you think I'm over here? This is some stupid shit that they just wanted to monetize you for. You use too much AI. You put it there. Now they want you to make content that's yours. Like, where was this shit 10, 15 years ago? You got people who are making thousands and thousands of dollars off of the content that they've been doing for years and years. And all of a sudden, y'all, either new management or something comes along and just takes away your shit just like that. You've lost money. I don't even make a penny here and a penny there. We're talking about people who actually make money. Gone. And they got to reapply all over again, which sucks, but they can make money. People make money in other ways. People can make money in other ways, but depending upon the sensitivity of things. I think it's Mikhail. I think it's Cash Mattel. I think it's Cash Mattel keeping an eye on people. And if they say certain words and certain phrases, they get their channel shut down. Whatever. Hey, but I gotta go, fam. I gotta go and eat the dinner. But I want to thank live stream here, the Ustreams. I want to thank people on the YouTube channel. Thank you for the support. Tomorrow I will be coming out with another video regarding James Tellerico and why people should be supported. It's not going to look good. It's not going to look cute. Hopefully people listen, and hopefully people listen good, because again, if you want this situation with Donald Trump to end, and I hear your cries, people, but I'm gonna save it. I'm gonna save it for tomorrow.